Hi.
So I know you've been attending a lot of the Open Digital sessions this week, and you'd mentioned that there might be a lot that some of the attendees could learn from the way that things are done in the Isle of Man. And I just wondered if you could tell me a bit more about what you mean by that.
Well, the Isle of Man is a very small country, and it's a jurisdiction that has a lot of capabilities, and one of those being it's a microcosm of the UK. Mm-hmm. So everything you can do in the Isle of Man applies to the UK and other places in Europe, scaled up obviously because we're a very small place. So it gives you a bit of a testing ground, a place where you can try things out. Mm-hmm. In perfect isolation. If they don't work, then nobody knows. If they do, then you can take them from there.
Okay, and I think yesterday you've been referring specifically to sort of data and privacy and those kind of things. What were you talking about there?
Well, for 30 odd years now, the Isle of Man has been more traditionally known as an offshore finance centre. Mm-hmm. So over that period, it's had to keep data very secure and very private. And really, it's starting to look at how to take those attributes into the digital world. Mm-hmm. So if you look at privacy, there are lots and lots of aspects to that that are all coming to the fore at the moment. And I think really with regard to the members of TM Forum, some of those problems have to be resolved before other people try to resolve them for them. Mm-hmm. It's a bit of a tricky thing to say, but as I'm associated with Isle of Man government, I wouldn't really wish any government imposing regulation on anyone.
Mm-hmm. And do you think there's also things that you can learn from other people in the Open Digital group?
Absolutely. And I think one of the interesting things is if you turn the whole thing round and look at the Isle of Man as this little country, and then the closest industry to it is actually the telecom space. You could view the Isle of Man as a little telco. So all of the lessons that you're going through here, all the things you're learning, the fantastic activities that are going on, I think is a real two-way street. I think we can learn things from it as well.
And if you had any specific learnings that you can share around data and privacy as an example of how these things might transfer?
Well, I think probably the key thing that I've learned over the couple of times I've been involved with TM Forum so far is that nobody really knows what to do in this space. Everybody's looking for a solution, and I think the solutions come from lots of clever people sitting down and working out what they are. And I suppose our aspect of being slightly different, not being a telco and not being a supplier, just adds to that flavour somewhat.
Okay, and how do you think you might take things forward after Action Week then? Are you looking to get involved in a project?
Absolutely, and I would hope that we can develop a catalyst. We're going to make sure that we participate very strongly in other Action Weeks and other events that are going on, and really add, as I say, to the flavour of what's being done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.